Hi, brothers and sisters. There's a lot of moral outrage among us now, isn't there? And there should be. There's something in each of us that is at least uncomfortable with injustice when we see it. But most of us are actually sickened by it and infuriated by it. But have you ever wondered why? I've not heard anyone condone what happened to George Floyd. In the climate that we're in right now, that would probably be a dangerous thing to do. But why would there be such universal condemnation? If we are products of mindless, meaningless, moral-less chance, there is no absolute standard of right and wrong. We may not like what happens, but there's no reason to be outraged about it if we're simply the products of chance without there being a true right and wrong, a true just and unjust. Yet our hearts ache when we hear the story of the genocide in Rwanda, or we visit one of the Holocaust museums in our country and see the atrocities carried out by Hitler, or we witness a policeman acting without mercy. Why? It's the moral argument for God. That God exists because each of us have within us this sense of right and wrong that we can't escape. Now, we can deaden it, we can become hardened to it, but it's there when we were created. Paul wrote it this way. He said, "When outsiders who have never heard of God's law follow it more or less by instinct, they confirm its truth by their obedience. They show that God's law is not something alien imposed on us from without, but woven into the very fabric of our creation. There is something deep within them that echoes God's yes and no, right and wrong." Romans chapter 2, 14 and 15, the Message. You see, our universal outrage reveals the trace of God within us that decries injustice and is willing to protest or even riot to gain justice. God put it in us as humans to love justice and hate injustice. Our moral outrage is pointing to our Creator, who also loves justice and hates injustice. I hope you're able to see the flicker of God in the midst of all of this.